And the Bufo said louder and louder and louder, the world is led by unhealed men. Said differently, Bufo didn't say this, but men who don't know how to be safe. Why is this relevant? Last time I worked with Bufo was maybe 9 months ago. Did like a full dose. I did a microdose for my birthday. And I have Bufo next week. And with everyone talking about the things with the Epstein files, which is valid, it's interesting the timing or what it can do to pull us apart or distract us, as valid as it is. It made me think of how that's connected to Bufo and how I have it next week. If you don't know what Bufo is, it is the strongest natural form of DMT on planet Earth, as far as I know. It's 5-MeO DMT to be specific, meaning it has one extra molecule of oxygen, which might not sound like much, but when you smoke Bufo, it feels like you did ayahuasca 100, 1,000 times in a 15-minute span. Just to give you a little context, it's very strong. However strong you could possibly imagine it is, if you haven't worked with it yet, it's way stronger. There's almost nothing I could do to describe to you how strong it is. Sometimes you don't remember stuff. For the last almost 2 years, I've had very clear visions and very clear memories. They fade maybe 20 minutes later after it's over. The medicine only lasts 20 minutes, so maybe I got a 40-minute, hour window max where this stuff is. And I felt in the last 2 years, it was showing me, in its opinion, what it means to be a man. And I don't know about you, but since probably around the age of 15, I wasn't aware, but I was starting to ask this question, or I was looking and going like, what the fuck is my dad doing? Like, he's all crazy, he's emotionally unstable, he seems to be selfish, drugs, cheating, drinking, disappearing. What does it mean to be a man, especially nowadays? It's interesting if you look at power, if you look at corruption, specifically with this Epstein stuff, without to go into the gossip of that too much. It almost only happens to us as men. You don't see a lot of women, generally speaking, getting into sex scandals or abusing the power they have with having more sex, cheating on their wife, prostitutes, pedophilia in this case with the Epstein stuff, or who really knows. Seems like that's part of it. So I'm sitting there and I have this Bufo about 18 months ago, maybe close to 2 years ago. And I'm just seeing, I don't need to mention names, but many of the biggest world leaders. And I remember just feeling this deep sorrow, this deep fucking pain. As it was like, I didn't say it like this, but it's like the leadership for men in a political sense is fucked on planet Earth. And I'm kind of like, it's kind of, there's the kind of thing like, oh, duh. Yeah, I don't think, if you agree Michael Jordan is a great basketball player, and that's in recent time. If you look at the US, for example, it could be fair to say there's no one that seems like they're the Michael Jordan of politics. It's kind of like, well, do I want this or do I want that? Well, okay, this might be better in my political beliefs, but, and then pick whatever country around the world. Most of my clients are from US, Canada, occasionally Europe, a little bit of Australia, a little bit of Latin America, but mainly in North America. And it kept showing me and showing the pain, the addiction to more, the addiction to power that these men thrive on. And how, hurt, messed up they are inside. And probably doesn't apply to someone like you that much, because the fact that you click on this video in the first place, you were supposed to see it, and you've done some of your own inner work to want to be a better guy, want to be a healthier guy, want to be a better person, want to learn, want to grow. And it makes you think, where's the real leadership going to come in this next era of life, this new earth? And it would be convenient to believe that we'll have a president of whatever country you live in, and that everything will just work out, that whoever is going to save us. I think That's never going to happen. We'll have better, but what are the chances of you're going to actually agree with everything someone says? Probably zero. They have their own interest, regardless of what country, what political party. And part of the reason I wanted to make this message today is to recognize you, to recognize the absolute importance and significance of the work you're doing. If you're the kind of guy who's on his biohacking journey, maybe had a coach, therapist, psychedelics, reading books, podcasts, going to a seminar, whatever you're doing to learn and grow and heal and become a better you, to alchemize that pain that you grew up with as a child and to turn it into something good, to turn it into gold, like the Midas touch. Someone said that again today, I heard that. Or everything they touch turns to gold. It's right to be outraged by reading some of these names. And also, it's just going to cause us to feed into more stuff to heal, more anger, more hatred, more division, more pain. Even if you read some of these names and these people did these things, you're like, these people are motherfuckers. Like, if you think of your family and protecting your family, if you had a snake come into your garden and your son's outside, you would probably cut the snake's head off. And sometimes, maybe metaphorically, that's what we feel we need on planet Earth with some of the people that have done these horrible, horrible, horrible things. And in a moment like this, it's even more of an opportunity for us as men to stand in our power, to let us know to ourselves what is our yes, what is our fuck yes, what is our no. Because there was probably a lot of things along the way of this journey with the Epstein stuff where it was like, well, we don't really know what this guy does, or they do, or they have money, or they're connected. Who knows? A mess. A fucking mess. But what are you going to do about it? We can get mad at the TV or mad at the Instagram post or wherever you're seeing this stuff. The outrage won't really change anything. The only person we can really influence and lead is the man in the mirror, the relationship between you and you. And my prediction, it seems overwhelmingly obvious for a lot of people, right? There will be increasingly more destabilization, division, and uncertainty in the years to come. Regardless of what country you live in, regardless of what your job is, probably to an extent, regardless of your political affiliation, there will be more uncertainty. There will be so much change with AI. Hopefully it'll mostly be good. And it's going to change things so much that even if there's people manipulating stuff behind the scenes, who knows? No one really knows what's going to happen. And it's an opportunity to invite us as men into expansion, into a deeper sense of truth to ourselves, to create even more freedom inside of ourselves, and have a deeper access to our love from a grounded, centered place of really knowing who we are, rediscovering who we are, and deciding who we're going to become. So, like I said before, I want to applaud you because, well, first of all, no one's ever perfectly healed, let's say. But the fact that you're watching this at 8 minutes and 41 seconds, you're someone doing something about healing yourself and making the world a better place, which is much more than to be said about probably most or any political leaders on planet Earth. And what if God, the universe, your higher self, whatever you believe, knew that it would never work to have some new political candidate or this or that there was all these seeds, these secret seeds that were planted in the garden of life on planet Earth, of these men that were here to populate the new Earth, to do their work, to alchemize their pain, to find out really who the fuck is really in there, who are they really, to build relationships, to have a girlfriend, then turn that into a wife, or you already have a wife, and to create a beautiful family. What if that's more powerful, staying on this path, than any political leader or billionaire caught in these scandals? That maybe it wasn't until today or right now that you haven't recognized that inherent power or given yourself enough credit. Sometimes we can be so freaking hard on ourselves. that we always think it should be more. That can be the bitch about growing, that we grow and we're like, I could have done more. Rather than sitting, looking at ourselves in the mirror, sitting on the couch in the dark, I'm in the dark right now, with a giant ring light, recognizing ourselves that we've come a long way, we did a good job, and it's a conscious decision to be one of the man that stands for something more and chooses to rise. Chooses to rise as who he really is, not the hypnosis of society. And friendly reminder, if you don't already know, don't get too sucked into the bullshit around this stuff. It's real, it's very fucked up, and is it really a good use of your energy? Or would your energy be better spent on your vision, who you are, and who you're becoming? Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.